Hello everyone, it is Liam, the Deaf Doom Metalhead, and today is a video of VCLT goodness and a competition video, because I don't normally do these competition videos, not because I don't want to, it's just time just disappears, and when I think about doing it, all shit happens in my life and I don't do videos. Like, this has been like 2 weeks since I did my last one. I mean, my eyes look like fucking ball bags because of my hay fever, I'm sweating my tits off. But I want to do this video because it's really good. So this is a VCLT, which I don't normally do as well. You know, I get sent things and I send things to people, but I don't normally do like a big VCLT video thing because I don't do the unboxings because I'm not very good at them, to be brutally honest. But this one's a little bit different. So this was a VCLT thread. You probably can't read that silver writing, but our friend Pieface here on the YouTube world did a sent anger kind of thing, where there's too much anger in the world, and sharing music around the world is a way of being therapeutic and stuff like that. And he's right, because I like to send things to people that I don't listen to anymore because I don't see the point of me keeping it. I mean, I've got a shitload of music and I'm fairly busy with my music tastes, and there's always those random releases you just buy and then you forget about, and a couple of years later you go, actually I don't need that, and you either sell it or just pass it on. And I'd quite happily pass it on. I've got a few stacks over there I'm sending out in the next couple of weeks. But I have signed, the silver pen ran out, Simon, but I have signed my copy and I am passing this on to someone else at some point. But I received mine from a lovely chap called Gordon, who has his own YouTube channel and he dabbles in that now and again. And Gordon's a lovely bloke. He was the first bloke actually to ever send me anything when I started doing YouTube 2 or 3 years ago. I can't remember. It was actually the channel's birthday, I think 2 days ago. And yeah, 3 years I think I've been doing this now, or 2 years, I forget how long it is. But Gordon was the first person to get involved with this channel properly and send me some new music and talk to me, and he's a fucking legend, and he sent me a wicked stack of naughtiness. Now I will warn you, some of this music is considered extreme or politically incorrect, so I will hopefully edit this video so it doesn't offend anyone, because I have no I'm going to turn that down. I've got no link to anything, you know. I love music and there's very little that offends me, so it might offend you, so I will try and edit it. Excuse me, I'll try and edit this so it doesn't offend everybody. But it's not that bad really, I mean, to be brutally honest with you. And then I'm also going to do a competition, probably the most foul-mouthed person on YouTube, Dave, to kind of combine it here, because he's a lovely bloke as well. But anyway, I'm talking really fast, I feel like I'm on drugs, but I'm not. I'm on anti-allergen tablets. But anyway, the first CD he sent me was a... No, I'll do the cassettes actually, because there was only 2 cassettes. So these are proper nasty, raw, black metal kind of evil music. First one is a split between Wolf's Eyes and Stolzbu or something like that. Tape looks like that. I love the artwork on this. This is actually the main reason I went to this first when it came out of the bag, because just the artwork is wicked. I will take it out so you can inspect it in all its glory. There it is there. Now, this is a split between a UK band, which is Wolf's Eyes, and Stolzblut, which I couldn't find out where they're from. I'm assuming some Scandinavian country. But there they are on the J card. Now, the UK one, which was these guys here, I'm assuming Wolf's Eyes, I thought it was the weakest one of the two. It was very bland, very mellow, and it didn't really go anywhere. It didn't have balls to it. It didn't really have any dynamics to it, whereas the Stolzblut one was more ferocious, more aggressive, more to the point. It knew what it was and what it was about. This was put out through Werewolf Promotions, which is the Polish label. I know there's a Finnish one as well, but this is the Polish one. And the tape is just like that, with black and then red on there, which was quite snappy. So yeah, I mean, this came out in 2022. Both bands, I mean, the Wolf's Eye has been around since 2013, and then the Stolzblut one was 2017. So yeah, that was a good listen, but I must admit it was the Stolzblut one that was really interesting to me. The Wolf's Eyes ones kind of was like, well, I wanted to skip it, didn't really go anywhere. Now this is fucking incredible, and I think this is a naughty one, I'm not really sure. I know it's anti-Islamic, so if you're into Islam and all that kind of thing, this certainly isn't the album for you. This is Nordvrid. This is a Norwegian band, and this is just really well written black metal, very ferocious, again melodic in places. The leads kind of, they have a meaning to them, you know, they actually make sense, they're not just chucked in there. and this is his third full length from 2013. Again, just a blank tape. I will show you the J card as well. Nothing fancy, but the artwork, I think if you get the vinyl version or the CD version, this is in colour. You got some writing up on there, but yeah, I know this is I think this is a one-man band, very extreme, leans towards the more far right, should we say, persuasions of politics and all that kind of thing. But musically, I mean, I wouldn't have a clue if you did listen to it that that's what it's about. But when I researched it, apparently that's what it's about. So there you go. But yeah, I really, really like this. I mean, musically, this is fantastic, and I've listened to this a lot. It really does go. It's not very long, and it just flows really, really nicely. So yeah, thank you, Gordon, for that. Now, CDs, and this is a diverse set of doom, death, black metal, and the whole lot is in here. Now, the first band I'm going to show you is a Swiss band that I was aware of, and this is the first actual release I have of these guys. So thank you, Gordon. This is the band Shamash from Switzerland, and this is their EP from 2017 called The Maldador Chants Hermaphrodite, something like that. I've got some tits on the cover there as well. So these guys are kind of like an occult kind of black and death metal band. They're very much like, kind of, you could say they're like Behemoth to a point, but they're a bit more progressive, a bit more chanty, more atmospheric, dark atmosphere, you know, like kind of cult kind of style, death black metal, if that makes any sense. It's very, I mean, this EP especially, it takes a while to get going. It's not like an instant bang, there we go, you know, for 7 tracks, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of space and like instrumental stuff, you know, it's not just solid song after song after song, it's a building of a kind of grand piece of music, if you want to look at it that way. So yeah, not an easy EP to get into, I must admit. I mean, I have heard their previous albums. There was one like with a triangle on it that I really liked, and the one with like a bit of red on it that I need to pick up. But yeah, this was really cool. I don't know what I've picked to put on, but there you go. Next one is a Japanese band. This is one that everyone knows of. This is Psy with the album Insomnophobia. This came out in the Night Studio album. I don't know when it came out though. Might tell me on here. 2012, yeah, through Candlelight Records. And this is avant-garde, kind of blackened, extreme metal. It's all over the place, as Psy is. I mean, his early stuff is more primal black metal. And then as the albums have gone on, they've just become this weird, diverse, all over the shop kind of music. And this album is very much like that. It's got some songs that are really easy to get into, and then it has songs that are way out there and kind of like, what, to me anyway. I mean, I have maybe the album or two after this one with the lady in the window with the flower pot, and this one's, I think, 2 albums before that. And yeah, it's good. I enjoy it. I mean, it's definitely not something I normally listen to. Psy is one of those bands, I like the really early stuff, and then I kind of dabble in his newer stuff, because the amount of instruments he uses as well is insane. Like, you read the kind of liner notes of what he's put on this album, and you go, what? And you Google it, and you realise that it's some wacky instrument he's used. So yeah, really cool. Next is a London death metal band. I don't think it exists anymore, but this is their debut EP from 2013, and that is Abhorrent Decimation with Infected Celestial Utopia. I think this was a Cold Birth Records release, yeah. 5-track EP. Brutal death metal in a broken case. I'll close that back up before it falls all over the place. These guys, I swear I've played a gig with these guys, but I can't for the life of me think where. I imagine it would have been in London years ago. So I mean, I have to swear I've seen them live, but they are very cool. They were a very good band. I think they put an album out after this, maybe 2 or 3 albums, maybe. But I'm making it up as I go along, to be fair, because I don't remember. But I'm fairly sure there's definitely 2 albums at least after this EP. So yeah, Abhorrent Decimation, really, really cool. Now this is one of the naughty bands that I was mentioning earlier, but you wouldn't. I mean, fair, I wouldn't really know. I mean, you look at the artwork and you kind of guess, but. This band is called Self-Smord. This is a Polish black metal band. formed in '98, and this is their latest album from 2017, entitled Radical Declaration. And you got the eagle on the back there, so you can kind of guess what that's all about. But this, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say I'm into this kind of political persuasion, but musically this was brilliant. Like, this is really, really good. It's very, very riffy, very, very catchy, and yeah, I really, really like this. You know, it just goes. It's ferocious. It's got a massive drum sound. Double kick sounds fantastic. Guitars are nice, meaty and thick. It's got really good production on it. It's not raw and barely audible. It's full on in your face. Almost crosses over into death metal nearly, with how good this is. But yeah, 7 tracks, really, really good. I really like that album. Now, this one is a band that I really like, but I kind of like their really new stuff. They do a lot more like poppy synth pop style now, whereas this, I don't know what this is. It's more avant-garde, theatrical kind of weirdness. This is Olva with the album, read on, themes from William Blake's The Marriage of Heaven and Hell. Now this was their 4th album from '98, so they kind of started off as a black metal band, and they went a bit folky, acoustic, then they went to black metal again, I think, like a really raw one, and then they put this out. And it's just very bizarre. So there's 2 discs by memory, yeah, and it's I don't know how to describe it, because it's a very weird, it's not metal, it's more, it's just bizarre. Like, it's like I mean, I'm not a fan of plays and Shakespeare and all that bollocks. I don't really get it. I'm not very intelligent. But this is more thinking man's music, if you know what I mean. And I'm not a thinking kind of man, so I don't really get it. Like, I like their early black metal stuff, but I like their kind of tech pop stuff. I really like that. But this, I didn't mind it. I mean, I worked with it the other day, and I got through it. But it's something, if I was going to sit down and listen to this, I find it very, very challenging. And there's a few of their albums like that I find very challenging to listen to. So this one I'm still working towards putting on again and again. But it's quite long as well. So yeah, this came out through, I have no idea actually, Trick Records it says on here? Jester Records. But yeah, I'm really happy to have it, to be fair, because I do like Olva. So thank you, Gordon, for that. Now, it wouldn't be a Gordon kind of package without some kind of UK black metal, because he's very much a pro supporter of the UK black metal scene. And this is, I hope I pronounced this right, Winlatter. This is some Cumbrian black metal, put out through Wolf Here Productions, who I think the chap behind this project owns that label as well. This came out in 2021 as a demo. This music's ridiculous. But anyway, there he is there, looking all black metal. And I really, really like this. I mean, I had this on in the car a few times because I've been driving it a lot for work recently, so I've been able to burn through all these quite easily, because the drives have been like over an hour long each way. So I've had plenty of time to listen to these back to back. And this was really good as well. Very catchy. It's got that kind of UK black metal style where it's kind of got a kind of lo-fi kind of tones to it, but it's well produced, so you can understand it all, you can hear it all clearly. It's got a meaningful message to it. It's all about Cumbria essentially, and the area around it, and you kind of like Winterfilla, if you get lost in their kind of music and you appreciate the kind of what they're talking about in their music, and this guy here is no different. Very similar. They formed in 2020, so this is fairly new after you put it out. So yeah, well happy with that. Now this is one I'm going to put some editing in because it's got some naughty pictures in it. Now, I think this is an Argentinian band. Yes, formed in 2018. This is their debut from 2019. This is Buildum with the album Terra Australis Ignota, put out through Southern Plague Records in 2019. So this is very much that naughty black metal I was talking about, where it's got very much a certain message in it. Judging by the cover, you would probably never guess that to start with. Just a snowy landscape, and considering this band's from Argentina, I don't think you would see that normally in Argentina. I don't really know whether they get over there, but I'm fairly sure it's nothing like that. But then when you open it up a bit, I will now edit this so you don't see this, but I'll be talking about it. It's got these kind of messages in here, and if you take the CD out, you get basically what they're talking about. You know, it's very naughty, and they shouldn't talk about it. But there you go. Some people do, so you can't really moan about it. That's their choice. But do you take it seriously? I don't. But yeah, this was okay. It wasn't the best. It didn't really. It was very slow. It was good melody-wise. I like the melodies they're putting in it, but it didn't have the same energy as I was expecting, and it wasn't intense. Like South American bands normally go full on energy, and these guys didn't really do that for me. They kind of turned it down a bit too much. But either way, an interesting album. I want to say that. Now this was the highlight of the whole thing when you sent this, because I've actually been after this for quite a while, and I've nearly bought it at least 3 or 4 times in the past, and then I've ignored it and it's just disappeared. Then you see some twat selling it for like silly money when it's not really worth that. But I now have it thanks to my friend Gordon, and that is My Dying Bride's comp, AntiDavidian Chronicles. This is a nice little box set here. This came out in 2005 through Peaceville. It is a comp of their time period from there and then backwards. So it contains 3 discs, 3 hours worth of music, I think it is. And you've got their current stuff at the time, 2005, and then you go back to the mid-90s, and then earlier than that for their very early stuff. And there's a little box here. I'll take anything out. So you've got disc 3, which is at the time their most current stuff, with stuff like, disc 3 is the older stuff. So you've got like Black God, Turn Loose the Swans, and then CD 2 is more like your like Gods of the Sun era, that kind of vein, Cry of Mankind. And then the first disc, where have I done with it now? I've lost it already. They all look the bloody same. Is like the Dreadful Hours, Catherine Blake, all that kind of thing. So that was really cool. I mean, I have obviously all this music on various CDs, but to have this box set was quite cool, because I'm a massive My Dying Bride fan, and if I can get anything My Dying Bride, I normally buy it if I see it. It comes with a book with an interview from Aaron. There's a picture of the band at the time when they had Hamish from Godfrey, Sean, drummer there, he's also in Godfrey, if you know that band. I forget the name of the bass player, but he's no longer in the band, but he was an original member. And then this young lady here was on keyboards and violins for a brief period, and then left. But yeah, you got a nice little write-up from Aaron, the history of the band, all that kind of thing, which I've got in another book. But it's nice to have it in there. And it also came with a nice little poster. But I'm not into those kind of band photos, because they're all looking really gothic, and then he's wearing some fucking bulletproof vest for whatever reason, and you've got Sean looking like he's out some kind of vampire, and Hamish wearing eyeliner. It's all a bit random. Aaron looks alright, but the others though look mental. But there you go, nice to have it anyway. So yeah, well chuffed with that, because that was on my list for fucking ages. So thank you Gordon for all that. He did also send me 3 comps to dig into as well. 2 of them are Iron Bonehead ones, and I'll let you figure out what that one might be. But yeah, really, really cool. I like these a lot as well, because a lot of them, I've got bands that I'm very familiar with, and in that one I had no idea what half of them were, so that was really nice. So thank you Gordon for that. I will pass that on another VCLT, and you'll see that St. Anger thing in. But yeah, go check out Gordon's channel, support him. Thank you Gordon, you're a fucking legend, but you already know it because I've told you that 100 times before. Now, I'm going to do a competition for Davo, the Grim Influencer. He's Scottish, so you had an Irishman, now you've got a Scotsman, and he wants to know 5 your favourite albums from this year, 2023, and then a couple of shout outs. So I'll burn through them quickly. They're over here on my desk, which is a mess at the moment. So the first one is 7 Doors with the current album Feast of the Repulsive Dead. This came out through Redefining Darkness. It's done by Ryan Wills, UK guitarist, one-man project, who's annoyingly a very, very, very good guitar player. So if you've not checked this out, go hit him up or the band on social media, and you can buy it directly from him there, because I think Bandcamp wise it's only the American one. So if you want it here in the UK, go follow the band, buy it from there. It costs like 13 quid, something stupid like that. That is probably going to feature in my top 10 at the moment. It's that good. Very, very catchy. Got some wicked guest solos on there as well. It's brilliant. This one, again, politically probably not correct, but musically this band are very, very good. I don't know, I mean, to me this album doesn't scream anything like that. And that is the latest one from Goat Moon, What Was Once Shall Be Again. You'll do well to find a better black metal album that came out this year. This is brilliant, like very, very catchy. He's annoyingly a very, very good musician. No matter what he believes in or anything like that, as a band, they churn out the tunes, and this is one of them, you see. So go check that out, Goat Moon's What Was Once Shall Be Again. Really, really good album. What else we got? American band with a debut EP, which has floored me how good this was. Eternal, Faceless Evil. If you like early death, scream, bloody gore, Leprosy Era, these guys are doing it brilliantly. A very young band. Female guitar player, does keys as well. It has everything, you know. Really, really strong release. And yeah, that has been getting a lot of plays, and it's got songs that I can actually remember as well. I can sing them to you right now if you wish. And then you got Active Impalement with Infernal Ordinance, Savage Death Doom, put out through Caligari Records. Look at that album cover. Is it going to focus? Probably not. Go look at that, that's brilliant. And then lastly, I found one vinyl for you, Davo. It's Caldebladum, Spanish band with Lord Grimador. This is put out through Death Prayer Records. This chap here is a drummer in Troll Cave and Jade, and yeah, he does also very cool, kind of lo-fi black metal, but it's very catchy, very melodic, very easy to get into, and yeah, I'm really enjoying that. So that's that. And then shout out wise, I've gone with 3 channels that, well, 2 of them are very new to me, and then one I've watched for absolutely ages. So a new little lady from, I think she's from Ireland, called Lauren, the Dead Flesh channel, but she does it in a funny format. She's just started out on YouTube, so go give her some subs. She's very, very new. I think like literally weeks old on the YouTube scene, and she's trying to find her feet in the scene and kind of get involved in this kind of music community. So go and give her some attention. Scott, A No Solution, I think he's from Canada, but I could be dead wrong. He's also got a nasty taste of music, which I really like. And I've just got into his videos recently, and he's, yeah, showing some really cool shit. And then, I think it's from Estonia, but Norwegian Black Cult, his channel is the whole reason I got really into the kind of black metal scene. He promotes so much underground black metal, and I'm always learning from his videos and what he shows, and then if he gives it a really good review, I'll check it out, and normally I really enjoy it. So if you're into kind of black metal like me, and you want to learn more, he's your man, so go check him out as well. Thank you for watching this video. Do appreciate all my ramblings, and you stay until the end if you have. Like the video if you think it's alright, and until then I'll speak to you guys in the comment section. Cheers!